Well, hello there, and welcome back to the channel. If you'll remember last time, we were in the Mission Mountain Range in Montana. And the time before that, well, we were here. And where is here? Well, we're on the beach trail, on the campus of the Evergreen State College in Washington State. This place has unbelievably beautiful woods, and it is a great place to do landscape photography. So that's why we've come back for part 2. Let's check it out.
Good morning. It's about 8 in the morning, I guess. As you can see and hear, I'm right next to a road. We've taken a little bit of a detour this morning. We're not back on the same trail that we were. I drove over to the beach trail, and there is absolutely no fog over there at all. There is some fog in here. That's why I've been wanting to this is a different trail in the same place. And I've been wanting to get over here and see what it looks like. I saw a sign for a meadow in here, so I don't know what that means, but that might be pretty cool. If we can find a nice wooded opening, that might be very nice. But come along, let's see what we can find. Thanks again for coming along, and let's get going. Come on. I didn't want to do this while people were passing. I'm not very good at talking to the camera when people are around. But anyway, I didn't find anything in here. It's very noisy, too noisy for me this morning. I don't know, I'm in here at a pretty good time. There's some fog, and I'm, just nothing really stuck out at me that was going to be like earth-shattering that I had to stop. And it didn't really end up anywhere. So we're going to go ahead and try to get down the road here and get back to the beach trail and go from there. Okay, so I lied. I have found something. It's funny, when you walk a trail one way, you see things one way. When you walk the trail back again, you see things the other way. And sometimes things don't look as good one way as they do the other way. And obviously this stuck out at me as I walked around the corner, but let me turn you around here and we'll see. Okay, so as you can see, I'm walking up right here and I see this right here. Now, why did this catch my attention? Well, there's a couple of things. One, a lot of light up here shining down, okay, giving this tree nice light, okay? Also, there's a nice fern right here. So basically, the only thing that I have to deal with here that's a little bit tricky is that if you can see, I'll try to get over here as much as I can without stepping on stuff, but there's a stump right there. I want to show that stump somehow, but I don't know that I can. But I hate to put it up against the tree because then, see, if you put it up against the tree, you lose it. If I come around here, I lose it again. But, like I said, look at the light just on this right here. This placement of the fern right here with the tree is really nice. It's a good-looking fern. A couple of good-looking ferns here. Good-looking ferns here. I don't know whether you have ever heard of pre-visualization. Getting a picture in your head. Getting the image in your head the way you want to see it. And if you can do that, if you can come up with the image in your head by looking at this scene, then you can take the steps that you need to get what you have in your head. So for me right now, what I have in my head is that I get, this is it, this right here, and I'm having to do this, okay? This right here is going to be the main thing that we see, okay? And everything else around it, I'm going to darken down. Not terribly, but I really want the fern and the texture of this to really be the what really shines through here and be the main thing that you see, because one, the bark is beautiful. Two, this fern is beautiful. And like I said, I'm going to get it so the placement is really nice with the tree. But everything else around it, especially because I can't deal with this stump like I was talking about, I'm just going to darken it down. I may lighten it a little bit just to kind of highlight it a little bit to let you know it's there. But other than that, that's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to set up on this and we'll get this and see what we get. Okay, hold on. I'm not really worried about any kind of composition in the camera right now because I'll go ahead and crop later. I just want to make sure that I get all of this in here sharp. And I also want to take a couple of different angles on this because, like, you know, this tree right here, I don't know, you know, if I want that tree to be right here next to it because I don't know if I like that light right there. That might be problematic. I'm going to go ahead and go around the tree a little bit and see if we can find something that might take care of this. I like this comp and I'll work with this, but I'm also going to take a few more and just in case I get back and it doesn't work out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll let you see what I have on the next one. Here we go. I like that better. I like that better. You see where that tree right there starts to just hug the side of the frame? Okay, so we don't know how big that tree is. And so I'm gonna leave that just like that. Also, I love this side right here. What we've got is a frame within a frame, which I absolutely love, okay? This even right now changes my mind a little bit about how I'm gonna do this because if I have these frames back here, I'm certainly not gonna darken them out. This image is gonna be different.
Well, as you can see, it is a little different. I didn't darken down the edges this time. But I feel like in this one, I may have overcooked the image just a little bit, especially around the edges of the tree there. So I thought I would just go in and try to do, make another pass at it. And this is what I came up with. Why don't you let me know down in the comments which one you prefer? I think I prefer this one. So with the noise of the cars getting on my nerves, and I just figured, okay, it's time to make an exit and try to find some place a little bit more quiet. Technology is pretty crazy. So I've made it back to the bridge and it's very quiet and the stream is just, as you can hear, it's just ever so lightly doing its thing. But I'm standing here making travel plans, booking flights, in the middle of the woods on the same camera phone that I am doing this video on. Crazy. But that's the way of technology, correct? All right, so we're going to, I was
gonna kind of wait around a little bit to see if I could get some fog, but let's see. I'll turn you around. I wanted to kind of show you what I'm looking at here because this is more difficult than I was expecting it to be, simply because of this tree right here. You know, we have all of this interest back here. This tree right here, this main tree right there, that is what I'm really seeing as a focal point because of all of the stuff that's happening right there. I apologize. That wants to focus on my finger. Something else to figure out. And I want to get the water in down here. There's some nice color right here. But with this tree in the way, it kind of forces me over into this area. I've gone about 5 feet down the path, 10 feet, okay? There's the bridge, okay? So I'm kind of off the bridge, and I'm kind of looking at all this mess right here. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. I'm gonna go ahead and look around some more. So I'll get right back and we'll figure it out.
So there is certainly something to say for being methodical and checking your images once you've shot them. That is kind of an important rule. And I guess I didn't follow that rule, and for some reason the focus didn't work out on the second image or second panel of the pano. And our problematic tree here never got in focus, which pretty much renders the pano useless. And as for the generative fill, well, after a few attempts, as you can see, I don't think that's going to work. So, that's okay. We move on.
Okay, we were on our way to the beach. Longer hike than I thought. And I keep getting stopped because I've come into this kind of an area where there's just so many lovely, lovely lush ferns in here. See them? They just go all the way back into the distance. But you see that right there? That tree that's fallen over. I love that, and that caught my attention, but also look at all of the stuff up here. That's crazy. So I think I want to do perhaps a vertical pano here. Horizontal, just 1, 2, 3, 4, you know. I think I might try that. I think it calls for it, you know, because there's a lot going on in this area here. It's just also just a beautiful place. Let me turn you around here. I mean, look at this. The path just goes through here. I mean, this is an image on its own. I might even step back here and get this as an image, because look at that.
Well, we talk about overbaked. This is probably overbaked, but I love images like this. I love the play between the cold, dark foreground and the warmer, more light in the background. I think I need to go back and do another performance of the score, if you would, and spend a bit more time in the transitions between dark and light, you know, cool and warm, to make it look a little bit better. But I wanted to show you this because I do love doing this, regardless of whether it's cheesy or overbaked or whatever you want to call it. I just like to do it, and I thought I'd show you.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so I'll spin you back around here. I'm debating on getting down into here and standing right there so that I can get closer to all the action. But
Well, isn't this awkward? I guess I was just not gonna monitor the battery level in the cell phone, and well, as soon as it started to tell me that there was not much left, I just figured I better do the pano and, well, you know. So I did, and my apologies. Here, we'll get back to it.
So I did that pano. It was a vertical pano, probably 4 or 5 shots, I think. Got from the very bottom to the very top, even up into the light that's coming in from the sky. So I'll see how all that turns out once I stitch it together. But if it did work out, here it is. I hope you like it. Okay, well, guys, the beach is that way. I have run out of battery, and I don't have an extra battery, which I will bring next time. I thought I could actually get through a whole morning on this thing, so not sure why. It was at 100%. Anyway, still learning. I do like the mobility of it. I should probably get myself out a little bit more like that. Sure. Like I said, learning all the time. Anyway, if you got some value out of this, if you liked this, please give us a like, a thumbs up, ring the bell for notifications, subscribe if you haven't. We have down below in the description, there is a link to buy me a cup of coffee, which supports the channel. And no, it's not physical coffee. Let's see, there is a part 1 to this video. If you did not see it, please go back. I'll leave a link at the end. And we're going to make it to that beach at some point. I just looked on the map, and I'm about halfway there. I can't make that whole hike and do it and come back, and with this much battery. So I have another video coming from this. I'm going to head back down that way and see if I can reach the beach next time. So sorry once again if I'm not looking at the correct place in the camera. Getting used to it. Anyway, the fog has pretty much all but gone. So we'll see you next time, okay? Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Take care.